seems like you wanted everything to get fixed, and what I'm trying to understand is what the bid was supposed to pay for.
The invoice, it's very vague. It says whole house repipe, and that didn't happen.
Why did you keep accusing him of fraud?
Because I felt like after you have a charitable organization that's paying for this.
Right.
Whenever I get done with the work, I mean, when I got to your house, you're literally pooping in a bucket. When we fix everything, the very next day he tells me, oh, you know, it's great, whatever. I don't have hot water, but everything else, I'm happy, whatever, right? So Richard is a belligerent alcoholic, and every time he gets drunk, he calls me and he starts running his mouth, right? So about a week goes by, Richard had lost his job. So now he has no income coming in. So Richard calls me, having one of his drunk episodes, and decides to tell me that I owe him $1,800. For what? To me, for you to go through an outreach program, have your house fixed, and if anybody should be getting any money back, it should be the program that paid for it.
Don't you think you got a little bit more than this job was worth?
No, ma'am, I don't. Not at all.
Really?
I mean, the odor outside his house is so bad, his neighbors called the city and complained.
Oh, I understand
They
that.
send an engineer out to do a soil test, and he tells me that they labeled his home as a biohazard.
Right.
I had to get a hazmat suit. I mean, how much would you charge to crawl through somebody's
But I
stuff for
understand
10
that, but
hours?
you were basically getting about $400 an hour for this job,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Okay, so it's a high labor charge.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Foote, it seems pretty obvious to me you thought that they were overbidding the job and that you were going to pocket the cash.
No. I wanted the money to go to repairs.
No, sir, that's not true. You wrote to them, I had to take this job because I ran out of money. I could have had the rest of the summer off if you would have split that check with me.
Because that's what he said that he would do.
Why did you ever think that he would do that?
That was one idea that he floated.
Oh.
All right.
I'd like to, in several instances, underneath my trailer is not toxic. You'll see in other estimates.
Bro, they have 42 pictures.
I think we have
underneath the
enough.
Hold on.
We have enough.
I'm fine.
We're good?
I don't need any more.
All right, thank you both.
This courtroom is now in recess.
I think to go back to the question I asked at the beginning, I think what happened here is that the plaintiff thought he was committing a fraud on the housing organization. And I think it's possible the defendants thought that they were getting a windfall for doing a high-paid job, but the plaintiff doesn't get that money back, right? This came from a third-party organization. The defendants bid a very narrow job and did a large portion of it, perhaps not all of it, but that's something that should be taken up with the housing organization that paid them.
So, I mean, we can't obviously order him to go back to this man's, trailer and fix those things, but the charity can.
Unfortunately, there isn't a plumber's report that would say that this plumber should have done this, should have done that.
That would have been really helpful.
Or that the pipes were not new, or they were used, and he was skimping. And it's hard. He has credibility issues, and maybe not deliberately.
Huge credibility
lying.
issues.
So in terms of meeting his burden of proof, it's very hard.
He absolutely didn't. And the money doesn't go back into his pockets, but he does deserve to have those items fixed.
I think the remedy here is to go to the organization that issued the check and say, what do I do?
So what is your verdict?
I would dismiss his complaint. And I think he lied about the hoverboard.
Well, no, I kind of read it differently. I didn't see it as a blatant lie. He kept saying
no, but the first
Why
text
would he
message
demo
was
it?
take the hoverboard and leave the microwave.
Right.
Like, doesn't that seem like a
Right.
trade to you of two items that cost about $150?
Okay.
Are you joining in?
It just doesn't have any cold water. I mean, I would want some money back so I could go and hire somebody to do this stuff. What else is he supposed to do but to ask for some of this money? Now, he's asking for all of it, which confuses me, but because they did some work. All right, no, I'm going to join you all. I mean, he still, didn't meet his burden, so.
I think we all feel if we could find a way to rationalize giving him money, we would. We can't do it.
I wouldn't even say that. I would say I feel incomplete, but this is the only correct legal result. So I feel good about the verdict, even though it doesn't leave me feeling good about the situation.
All right.
So I think we have a verdict.
We do.